Okay, we are now looking at general anesthesia. Right? And when we talk about general anesthesia, this is our first drug category. Basically, there's 4 stages of general anesthesia. One is the anesthesia, stage 1, where there's a euphoria of loss of pain consciousness. Stage 2, excitement, increase in sympathetic nervous system effects such as blood pressure, heart, respiratory rate. Stage 3, surgical anesthesia, the stage in which surgery can safely be conducted. And then stage 4, medullary paralysis. An overdose of anesthesia can compromise respiratory and heart centers of the brain's medulla, causing death. Right. Certain definition that you should be familiar with is medullary paralysis. This is an overdose of anesthesia that paralyzes the respiratory and heart centers of the medulla, leading to death. Surgical anesthesia, the stage of anesthesia in which surgery can be safely conducted. So when we talk about general anesthetics, these particular drugs decrease the central nervous system to a level of unconsciousness. General anesthetics are generally classified according to the route of administration, whether it is inhalation such as isoflurane or IV such as propanol. General anesthesia is administered by a medical doctor called an anesthesiologist. And then you have what's called adjunctive drugs, such as analgesics and anti-infective, which may be given with the anesthetics. And we have just finished talking about some of the general anesthesias, anesthetic drugs that you should be familiar with, such as isoflurane. The brand name of that particular drug is Flurane, and propofol. The brand name of that particular drug, which is given by IV, is called Diprivat. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the anti-infectives. Anti-infectives treat diseases produced by microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, and parasitic forms. That's in this particular section. When we talk about antibiotics or antimicrobials, we are looking at also antivirals and antifungal. They fall under the categories of anti-infective. And there's many different types of antibiotic actions. One, they may work by damaging the bacterial cell wall, such as penicillin and cephalosporin. They modify the protein structure, such as erythromycin and tetracycline. They may change the bacterial or energy metabolism, like sulfonamides, or they may modify the DNA synthesis, such as alkoxylin and ciprofloxacin. Okay, so there are different type of classes that you should be familiar with. And such as we have what is called the anthelmintics, and this particular type of drug are associated with worms, for example, and that is what is used to treat those particular type of diseases, such as tapeworm, bookworm, and so they are very, very effective. It can be effective in those particular dealing with the parasitic worms of the GI tract. And an example of that is albendazole. We have the antifungal, which is treating the fungus, and infections. Fungi are plant-like organisms commonly found in most yeast, The drugs chosen to treat these mycosis and hepatic infections are usually fungicidal. They destroy the fungus. Okay. The next one here is antimicrobacterial drugs, such as for treatment of tuberculosis. And this is a drug, for example, isoniazid. We have what's called anti-protozoal drugs. And an example of that, go to protozoans, metronidazole. So these are very important drugs that you need to know that are part of the anti-infective drugs. And these are antibiotics. And I'm just touching on just some of the classes. Acyclovir, treatment of herpes, for example. These are antiviral viruses, not living materials per se, but co-op living material in order to replicate. Such viruses are HIV, HCV, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. Those are viruses, chickenpox, etc. Antibiotics, this is cephalosporin. Here we have cephaloxin, brand name is Keflex, and this is a very important antibiotic. We already know the antibiotic is found in the penicillin class. Then it was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928, which is one known possible, plus 2 individuals. A derivative of that is amoxicillin. Other antibiotics that's very important are the sulfonamides. Example of that tryptophan and sulfamethoxazole. You should be familiar with those. Okay, but what is more? Tetracycline. An example of that is a derivative of tetracycline is monocycline. Other very important antibiotics is clarithromycin, clindamycin, and ciprofloxacin. Again, all treat different bacterial infection. Okay. And please refer to your textbook for a little bit more details. We're in essence covering the 200 drugs, and we need to be familiar with all of those. Anti-neoplastics. These are drugs that treat cancer. So, oncology is a branch of medicine that deals with the study and treatment of cancer. Anti-neoplastic inhibits the new growth of cancer cells or neoplasm. Typically, cancer cells are normal structure and growth phase. They offer no useful function, have very unusual genetic content, and also reproduce quickly and uncontrollably. Malignancy means a life-threatening cancerous group of cells or tumor is present. If this original primary cell group spreads to other areas, often via the lymphatics or circulatory system, is thought to be metastasized. So treatment to remission of cancer inactivity or cure is more successful if little or no metastasized has occurred. The side effects cause many of these drugs to be often uncomfortable and very serious. So there's very definitions that you should be familiar with. One, lymphocyte. This is a type of white blood cells that help the body defend against bacteria and disease cells. Also, lymphocytes can also be effective in the treatment of cancers. And one of the reasons why individuals, for example, um, that have HIV end up with a cancer called Kaposi sarcoma is because of HIV infect certain T cells. And these T cells are involved in the immune surveillance of tumor cells. And so if they are depleted in tumors that would have been taken care of regularly in a normal individual, now grow in HIV individuals that have AIDS. Metastasis, when a cancer cell spread beyond the original site. Neoplasm, a new and abnormal tissue group, often referring to cancer cells. And in treatment, a lot of times you hope for remission. That's instead of the cancer cells are inactive. And as mentioned, many times those particular cancer cells are spread to the lymphatic system. So the purpose of anti-lymphatics is to destroy or prevent the increased growth or control the subgrowth of cells. However, these particular drugs are very toxic. Not only do they destroy the tumor cells, they also destroy normal cells. You see many individuals that take chemotherapy or anti-lymphatics, they have lost their hair. So rapidly replicate cells to the GI tract, bone marrow, and hair follicles are affected by certain selective anti-neoplastic causing nausea, vomiting, bone marrow suppression, and another thing that should be noted that currently widely used anti-neoplastic drugs includes alkylating agents such as nitrogen musters, antimetabolites, and alkaloids. Also, we should know that hormones, anti-tumor antibiotics, and radioactive isotopes are also classified as anti-neoplastic agents, generally by their specific site of treatment. Okay, so these are some things that you should be familiar with. So some of the classes that you will find is the antimetabolites, the methotrexate. These are classified in positive substance which they bear. These anti-neoplastic drugs inhibit cell growth and replication by mimicking natural metabolites and taking their place in the cell. You have alkylating agents. A good example of that is the methylphenidate. These drugs interfere with mitosis of division by binding to DNA and cellular completion. You have plant alkaloids like vinblastine. These are derived from natural products, also known as synthetically produced using natural products. So these drugs inhibit the enzyme topoisomerase. And topoisomerase is important for molecular cell growth or mitosis, and therefore some plant alkaloids interfere with cellular DNA replication. Okay. Another group that you have are hormones. Hormone therapies can be used to treat certain cancers that require hormones to grow. Hormone therapy works by preventing cancer cells from using the hormones to grow. Example of that is tamoxifen. Tamoxifen block estrogen receptors, usually used for breast cancer. Okay. Another group that is very important is radioactive isotopes. Radioactive substances can be used to kill cancer cells that in a target area. Radiation treatment can be given by a machine that directs radiation to a tumor area. So these are just some of the anti-neoplastics that you should be familiar with, and we will continue on to that section and the next section.